Last time when I training myself, I notice myself try to emphasize the open and close because people said, "What is Taiji?" Taiji is open and close. Today, I try to more specific detail to talk about open. Generally, the people know the joint like the hinge joint like elbow. This is close, this is open. This is close, this is open. And the knee also, this is close, this is open. But when we talk about body open and close, sometimes when we move our joint, for example, shoulder, for example, like hips, when we try to rolling them, because this joint is for turn, but we try to open the joint space. This is also we call is open. And others, like the whole body joint, if we want to make them to open, then everywhere they are moving well smooth. We also call that is open. And when we try to relax the muscle and to make the inside channel, like a blood channel, like a qi channel, if you relax, the space will more open and the space will big. So then you can easily to feel the qi and blood move. We also call that is open. And some special, for example, we emphasize the body nerves net. And sometimes if you certainly on one point to separate to open, then this is also we find this is open. So many kind of open. Now we give the one idea is some physical opening. For example, arm opening and knee opening. Generally, body left and right, generally we will have one side closed, one side open. For example, when we shift left, the left legs joint generally is closed, and the right side joint generally open. So generally is one side open, one side closed. Now, be careful is when we talk about open, this is people can view. This is external, but inside generally we can use another words. We can see this is a separate. Use separate instead of open. For example, when I turn body left, my right leg need open from the hips, open from the knee, open. But we try to use separate to operate that, to practice that. If you see, you emphasize the open, this is a muscle work. But if you emphasize the separate, this is an internal work. This is different. And both elbow also, a lot of times, both arm, both elbow is flexible. Sometimes is both closed, both open. Sometimes is one side closed, another side open. So it's more complicated. But we still use this principle to instead. Don't set is open, because when you try to open that, you meet people's power, you will tense. But when you emphasize the separate, this is your body inside work. So change all of open to the separate, where to separate. Generally, be careful. All the separate from inside of the joint. In other words, open from your in point. Yeah, for example, when you open your arm, not open from outside. You open from your inside, internal to separate. So to emphasize inside, external. Inside to separate, don't care about the outside. And we don't need to practice full. We just do some simple exercise. Any times focus one side. When they need open, we do separation. If you practice like this, you will find simple moment you are already very familiar. But when you practice use inside the internal separation, then you will feel this is very interesting. Okay, now focus your boss knee. When you shift left and right, must have one side is closed, one side is open. Remember, anytime the close point will from your yang side arrive your yang point. So in this situation, you will arrive to your front knee, the lower up to your front knee. But another side need open. How to open? Focus your inside of your knee, internal to separate to both direction. Very important is when you separate your inside of your knee, then you are not use your muscle to fight the ground. You try to allow the ground power through the point to reach your up body. So this is a total different. Okay, now we can sometimes to practice knee separation and elbow separate, but they are upside of your body. Body may have not very clearly feeling, but your mind to ask, to request your body to do that. Okay, now we try to a little bit higher level. Now think about how to separate, how to open, how to separate your main joint. For example, like shoulders for rolling. But when you rolling that, any times when you move means separate. Because Taiji principle tell us move is separate. Close is stop. So anytime when you move, you need open. How to open? To find. I will separate both inside. What means inside? What is in part to separate? The shoulder, be careful. The one side is your torso. Our torso chest is yin, back is yang. For the arm, the back of your upper arm is yin, the inside is yang. To be careful, if you separate, you need from your shoulder, half go to your arm outside. Another half is from your shoulder to go separate from your chest. Be careful, huh? The separate is, I show you, this direction, this direction. Same thing, this direction separate, this direction separate. Now, we try to work on that. Okay. People always said, sinking your shoulder or maintain your shoulder all the time on the best position is very, very important. A lot of time when you touch person, people give you power, your power will stuck on your shoulder. If you practice like we just exercise to separate your inside of your shoulders, that problem will very easy to solve that. So this is today we focus. Do again, separate your shoulder. Okay, next time we will emphasize how to separate your hips. Be careful. I have one sentence is very important. People think Taiji is relax. Relax is don't let your muscle work. This is wrong way. It's impossible because any move, your bone move, your muscle need work. Now the problem is how to let it work correctly. This is what we did today. Thank you for your coming my Taiji journey. See you next time.